What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the show. So in this video, I'm going to start answering questions because there are a lot of people who are asking me similar questions. And yesterday's video, I tackled stimulus checks, I tackled the child tax credit, and I looked into the whole student loan cancellation. So if you guys want to know more information about that, I'll post a link up here so you guys can check that video out. But today I want to talk about the stateside stimulus because I've had a lot of people ask me, are they done with issuing out stimulus checks for different states? And so that's what we're going to focus on today. But first off, on this channel, we talk about money and the financial struggles that Americans are facing today. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so first off, if you guys see, there's a new set behind me. I am in a different location, so I have moved from one apartment to another apartment in Colombia, in Medellin, Colombia. And if you guys wait till the end of this video, I do have something different to show you, and it's a participation thing. So in the next video, I will reveal the information that you guys will be seeking, but I'm going to show you a picture, and then we're going to talk a little bit about it, and then in the next video, I'll reveal more information. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more of where I'm living, how I'm living, when it comes to some of the videos that I put out, just to make it a little bit more interesting. I had a lot of people ask me, because I'm in Colombia, because I've been here for the last 2 months, what are you doing? How much is food? Where do you go for fun? All that kind of stuff. So I am going to share a little bit of that with you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to this video. We're going to talk about stateside stimulus, okay? So the stimulus checks and the different tax rebates that have been going out to states. Now, for whatever reason, I've been having a little bit of a problem with my my screen here. It looks like it's a little delayed. So just be forewarned, I might say something and it doesn't happen right away. And that's just because we have a little bit of a delay in the screen capture that I'm using here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started now. I actually had to reboot my computer. I don't know what's going on, but we're having some technical difficulties, but we'll get through it. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at every state that's offering a stimulus check, okay? Now, let's start with California here. Between $200 and $1,050. Now, I'm not going to go over all of the qualifications, and the reason why I'm not going to do that is the video would be way too long if I did something like that. So what we're doing is we're just looking at the states, and I'm telling you how much you could get, and you're going to have to do the research on your own. So if you're in that state, if you're in the state of California, do the research, find out what the income levels are and all that. But I'm not going to do all that in this video. I'm just letting you guys know that these are the states that will be offering some type of stimulus check, or they've already offered some type of stimulus check, gas rebate, and then we'll talk about the different months to anticipate. So October is when it starts. So for California, they're going to start issuing out checks in October. That doesn't mean if you don't receive a check in October that you're not going to receive a check. That just means that's when they started, okay? Now, let's look at Colorado. Colorado also will be giving out rebates, a tax rebate, $750 for a single, and joint filers will receive $1,500. That should start in September, okay? Now, let's move forward to Delaware. Delaware will be giving out $300 to all residents, okay? And that will start summer. So I just put summer here, so you could have already received that $300, but if you haven't received it yet, there's still time for you to receive it. Okay, let's move forward to Florida. Florida will be giving out $450. Now, this will be going to caregivers, foster parents, and other assistance programs, okay? So it's not going to be everyone. You're going to have to look to see if you qualify for this $450, and that will be going out, or it's already started going out in July. Let's move over to Georgia now. Georgia will be giving out $250 to single individuals, $375 to head of household, and then $500 to joint filers, and that will be going out in August. Okay, so this month. Now let's move to Hawaii. Hawaii will be issuing out $100, between $100 and $300. okay? And it depends on your income level. So you're going to have to look into that to find out if you qualify. Late August is when we're anticipating the checks going out in Hawaii. Let's move to Idaho. Idaho has a $75 or 12% of your taxes. So you're going to have to do more information on that, but just know that Idaho will be giving out a small stimulus check, and that should start, or that already started in March. So you've already received this check, so you pretty much know what I'm talking about here, but that's what Idaho did. Okay, so let's move to Illinois. Illinois will be giving out $50 to single filers and then $100 to joint filers plus dependents. So you can receive $100 for each dependent if you have a dependent, and that will start in September. Okay, so let's move to Indiana. Indiana will be giving out $125 per filer, and that will be between May and July. Okay, so most people should have already received those checks. If you have not, you're going to want to do some research to find out if you qualify, and if you do qualify, then you're going to have to contact the state in order to see if you can get that stimulus check. Okay, Maine. So looking at Maine here, $850 for single filers, and then $1,700 for joint filers. This is actually a substantial amount in Maine, and that will be going out, or went out in June. Okay, Massachusetts. Let's talk about Massachusetts. So they had a $250 stimulus check that they were trying to get through their assembly and their Senate, but they couldn't do that. But there is a law in this state that says 7% of the surplus needs to go back to the residents. So if you have a surplus, that 7% needs to go back, and that is in the amount of about $250. So they're going to have a final decision on September 20th, so you're going to want to look into that if you're in Massachusetts. Okay, New Jersey. New Jersey middle-class tax rebate up to $500, and you must have dependents, okay? So if you do not have dependents, you're not going to qualify for this, and that's in New Jersey, and we're talking about July for New Jersey. All right, let's move over to New Mexico. New Mexico, $500 for single filers and $1,000 for joint filers, okay? And they have June, July, and August, okay? So that's when those checks should be going out. Let's move over to Oregon. Okay, so Oregon has a $600 stimulus check, should be going out to low income, okay? And that's what they classify low income. You're going to have to find out if you meet that qualification by going over to the state website. And that should be going out in July, okay? So it should have already gone out, but it started in July, so you still might be able to receive that stimulus check. All right, South Carolina, $800 checks, okay? So that's all the information I have, $800 checks, November and December. Okay, so do a little bit more research if you live in South Carolina. Virginia has a $250 check going out for single individuals, and then $500 checks going out for joint filers. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now when it comes to stimulus checks in all the states. So if your state is not on that list, then as of right now, they don't have a stimulus check that's been passed. Now, there's still states talking about different things. They still have this surplus. Will they be using that money for rebates and things like that? We don't know, but you're going to have to look more into that. If you guys have specific states, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll do some research on these different states, but I don't have that much time to do research on all the different states. So I'm just letting you know, if you do have information, let me know in the comment section as well. And if you have any legislation that they're talking about right now in the different states, let me know. And that kind of gives me an idea. Okay, let me see what's going on in their legislative process when it comes to these different states. All right, I want to switch back over because I have something to show you guys. Now, I know you guys are looking at this and you're saying these are groceries. What's the big deal about groceries? Well, I bought this in Colombia, and what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to let me know how much you think I paid for this. Now, I will tell you, in Colombia, the price of groceries, it's pretty much, I'm not going to say it's the same. It is less, a little bit less than what you would pay in the U.S., but it's not a lot less. Okay, now, if you go to a restaurant, it's completely different. When you go to a restaurant, food is a lot cheaper. We're talking about $3 for a meal, $3, $4, $5 for a meal generally. But when it comes to groceries, and this grocery store that I went to is more of the higher end grocery store. And I'm in Poblado right now. And Poblado is the more wealthy area of Medellin. So the grocery stores are a little bit more expensive. And so I want you to let me know in the comments how much you think I paid for all of these groceries, okay? And you guys can take a screenshot of this and zoom in and all that good stuff to find out. But I didn't get that much. I got enough to last me probably a couple of weeks here. But when it comes down to it, how much do you think I paid for these items? If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.